Big Bull is a movie that is a clear case of a project that becomes insignificant and unnecessary because of its structured and planned release date. Announced as a film that was part of the Disney Plus Hotstar acquisitions in 2020, the film has been delayed for quite some time. The announcement of the film was before anyone had an idea that Hansal Mehta is in the process of creating probably the best web series of 2020 in the form of Scam 1992. As the 10-episode web series came into fruition and was available on Sony Live, a platform that is notorious for its lack of marketing, Scam 1992 was an anomaly on the streaming platform, became a national sensation, and Prateek Gandhi was finally getting the due credit he deserved as an artist. Owing to the success of the series, the makers of The Big Bull pushed the release date of the film so that people can get over Prateek Gandhi and Hansal Mehta's phenomenal work. But as history has proven, iconic performances and impactful storytelling doesn't get forgotten that easily. Actually, it stays with us, even if we are remotely reminded of it. Irrespective, The Big Bull starring Abhishek Bachchan is finally here, and it focuses on the rise and fall of Harshad Mehta from the mid-80s to the early 90s as he gets labelled from being the Amitabh Bachchan of the stock market to a scam artist. The film, which is directed by Kuki Gulati, whose last film was the Vivek Oberoi starrer Prince, and what I remember from that film is just Vivek Oberoi doing a wheelie and singing "Oh Mere Khuda." Okay, sorry about that. Is trying to do a comeback as he gets backed by producer Ajay Devgan. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it on Disney Plus Hotstar or not. The good. The Curious Case of the BGM. There has been a lot of hype around the background score of The Big Bull titled Yalgar, created by Carrie Minati and Willy Frenzy. I think more than the composition, it is beautiful to see how digital artists and their work is getting recognized by the mainstream, and just to see the music get picked up, which is essentially made by a YouTuber. It is a blend of both worlds that is great to see. However, if you want to ask me from a strict narrative point of view of which is the background score which works perfectly for the world we are set in, I prefer the Achin Thakkar Scam 1992 theme any day. It represents a sound that is more indicative of the time in which the series was set, whereas integrating the background music as Yalgar is more of a marketing tool to tap into the demographic which is already privy to the sound of a digital creator. There is a beautiful song in the film also titled Ishq Namaza, which is sung by Ankit Tiwari, but it is absolutely unnecessary in the film, which I will come to later. The sincere effort and what it tries. Abhishek Bachchan is a very interesting figure in the Hindi film industry. I feel like I always recall this period of 3 to 4 years in the mid-2000s where he was absolutely blowing it out of the park with his performances. And even in 2021, I refer to that time, which was considered to be his prime. While he did a phenomenal job with Ludo last year, I found it tough to be fully invested in Abhishek's performance in The Big Bull. I acknowledge that the man is sincere and just comes across as a solid dude, but that shouldn't dictate your perspective on his performance. Abhishek tries his best and there is a genuine and heartfelt energy that he possesses, but his transformation into this power-hungry individual just comes across as over-the-top in moments and a version of what we have already seen him portray in Guru and others. The Gujarati essence of Harshad Mehta was fully embodied by an actor like Prateek Gandhi. Ask any Gujju in the comments below and you will realize the conversations themselves seem to be like taken from the living room discussions of their own homes. This portrayal is more of the commercial Bollywood idea of what Gujaratis sound like. While it is not as jarring as that of Anushka Sharma in Jab Harry Met Sejal, it just doesn't hit home. Out of the supporting cast, I only connected with Saurabh Shukla, who plays the bear, cautious of Harshad's growth, but other than that, sadly due to the writing of the film, a lot of seasoned actors are quite forgettable. I understand also what the film tried. It tries to provide a commentary on how an individual, due to the structure of his surroundings and the hierarchical system, finds himself drunk for power, almost to an uncontrollable level, but its execution with its writing falters terribly. Let's get to that now. The underwhelming aspects. Highlight reel. For whosoever is saying that the comparison is unfair, I really feel it is a cop-out from admitting that an underwhelming product has been presented. I mean, Scam 1992 and The Big Bull follow almost the identical structure of the rise and fall of Harshad Mehta, and the additions that it has done to Bollywoodify the story actually makes the other product stand out significantly as the superior one. I mean, the Snyder Cut is a clear example of how, if the creators are allowed to flesh out its world and characters, how much of a deep impact it it has with audiences, far greater than a chopped up and rushed narrative just to fit this commercial trope of being marketable and adjust itself in as many theatre shows as possible. I mean, Scam 1992 had the ability to provide us a critical analysis of the economic framework of the country during a transformative time, and The Big Bull does not even scratch the surface. The time in the series allowed it to be information dense and make the payoffs of the small victories even more sweet. I mean, The Big Bull is so rushed in its storytelling that in the first 15 minutes of the film, Abhishek Bachchan already establishes himself as a seasoned broker. The story is not a progression of events that makes you connect with a character, but a chopped up highlight reel with little context that completely disconnects the viewer. I mean, the moments of Harshad wanting his own office, seeing the jobbers at BSc, dealing with the animosity of his peers, all of it was built up for you to feel invested. The movie, however, completely rushes that journey, despite it being 2 hours and 33 minutes long. The over-the-top pitch and editing. One of my biggest pet peeves about this film is the over-the-top nature of it. This necessity to dramatize everything takes us a few years back rather than just being reflective of the content we are privy to. If a corrupt MLA in the form of Mahesh Manjrekar appears, the film cues a villain-like background score, as if to make you think Prakash Raj from Wanted is going to enter. I mean, the movie through Ileana D'Cruz's character reflects on the events that took place in the late 80s and early 90s, while she is doing a book launch in 2020, while looking like Rogue from X-Men to denote that she has aged. Harshad's descent into pure greed in Scam 1992 is gradual and not dramatic in any way. But The Big Bull resorts to Abhishek Bachchan laughing demonically as he drinks from his home bar as if he is the embodiment of Joker and the wife looks on. I won't lie, it was extremely unintentionally funny. I think Sameer Soni is also doing a PhD in playing the rich, pompous industrialist in every movie, and in this, he executes a version of his cringy performance from Mumbai Saga. The film, from an editing standpoint as well, transitions to black screens for dramatic effect and crop to fill scenes in order to enhance the dread that lies ahead, something that was jarring to the eye rather than effective. The writing. As I previously mentioned, there are many things that the movie deviates from the series and which honestly made no sense to me. There is an ongoing joke on the channel that even if it is the most morbid of topics in Bollywood, they will find a way to integrate a romantic love story in it. Similarly, with The Big Bull, the romantic love story is so unnecessary to the journey of the protagonist, but the creators are convinced to spend so much time on it. The reason why Scam 1992 from a writing perspective worked brilliantly was that it was an individual's need and want to be the 1% in society, nothing motivated by romance. The movie, however, constantly presents Abhishek Bachchan's character as wanting to prove himself as worthy for his love interest. Every time he is at a roadblock, he refers to wanting to be with this girl, which actually deteriorates the goal of the man in just wanting to impress a woman. The movie spends time on a Dilli darshan and a wife judging as the husband swigs his expensive alcohol. It's very one tone. One of the most effective performances from Scam also was that of Hemant Kher as Ashwin, Harshad's brother. And he was the voice of reason and pragmatism in the series. He brought a sense of calmness in the series. But Soham Shah, the equivalent in this film, is quite the contrary. He is entitled, over the top and emotional to the point of just being annoying. And I felt bad for an actor like Soham Shah, who was provided a role and writing that did not do justice to his capability as an actor. While Ileana does as is required for the script, it's quite hilarious on how in this film, she has free reign almost to question anyone, anywhere, at any time with no consequence. It's hilarious how many doors she barged into in this film, almost taking the role that the CBI had in Scam herself. There is no way that the series Scam 1992 can be forgotten. I so vividly remember several moments of the series. And while the movie may have been announced before the series, I can't deny the fact that one is a fully fleshed out product and effectively performed, while the other is a half-baked generic Bollywood film. The important point to note is that Scam 1992 essentially focused on the rise and fall of an individual that took advantage of an already flawed system. But the movie, The Big Bull, almost disgustingly wants to whitewash that aspect and even give him a redemption arc, which I'm sorry but the audience will just not buy. I don't see any reason for you to watch The Big Bull if you have already seen Scam 1992. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.